Conservatives are melting down after Mr. Potato Head is rebranded with a gender-neutral name. The Associated Press said this: Mr. Potato Head is no longer a Mr. Hasbro, the company that makes a potato-shaped plastic toy, is giving the Spud a new gender-neutral name, Potato Head. The change will appear on boxes this year. This is what Mark Dice said about it. The insanity never ends. Mr. Potato Head has been canceled. This is what MVP SZN said. As a Rhode Islander, the HQ of Hasbro, why the hell did I say it that way? Hasbro. I am ashamed. This is what Jason Martin said. One of my favorite toys as a child will probably turn androgynous or transgender. What a shame. Why do these corporations slit their own throats and bow down to a lunatic Twitter mob that would not buy their products anyway? Portsmouth Crypto said this: he had a wife, for fucking sake. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Their conservatives are frustrated, rightfully so. I'm a little frustrated. Why is there allowed to be a Mrs. Potato Head, but there is no Mr. Potato Head anymore? That baffles me too. Hasbro is helping kids to see toys as toys. Hasbro is helping kids to simply see toys as toys, which encourages them to be their authentic selves, outside of the pressures of traditional gender norms. Rich Farrow said that. He is the Chief Communications Officer for GLAAD. No, you're not doing that, Hasbro. If you're just helping kids to simply see toys as toys, you would have left Mr. Potato Head alone and let him continue being Mr. Potato Head like he was back in 1952, like this article says. I think I'm paraphrasing when I say this. I'm not looking the quote up right now, but Hunter Avalone said this, or something like this. He said, the LGBT does not have a monopoly on being yourself. Oh, look at all these conservatives getting all upset about a children's toy. It's about sending a message. You are taking a children's toy, something that a child would play with. By doing this move, removing the Mr. from Mr. Potato Head, you're giving children the idea that at literally any given point in time, you can just stop being a man. And you can't do that. If you're born a biological boy, that means, you'll grow up to be a biological man. And same thing, if you were born a biological girl, you're going to grow up to be a biological woman. That's how it works. Marjorie Taylor Greene posted a sign that says there are only two genders, male and female. You cannot be gender neutral. That's asinine. I misread something. Mrs. Potato Head is also canceled. If I read that correctly, they're just going to be known as the Potato Heads. You've probably heard a lot of conservatives say this before. All they wanted was to get married. It's nobody's business what two people do in their own homes, right? It literally went from two people of the same sex wanting to be married all the way to a popular company that makes children's toys. Changing a toy from Mr. Potato Head to Potato Head. Using the number I just looked up, changing Mr. Potato Head to Potato Head, appeasing 0.42% of the population. It's actually quite obnoxious. It makes me want to have a rebranding after hearing about this rebranding of Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head as Potato Heads. I want to have a rebranding of George Wallace when he said segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever. But instead of the way he meant it, I'm talking about the people who believe there are only two genders, male and female, and you can't be gender neutral or non-binary, and we should separate those people from the people who want to indoctrinate your children so they can be drag queens and allowing literal children to perform at strip clubs. We should separate those groups of people.